So I've been instructed to give a public statement. That means that everything the public needs to know will be in this video. Thus, I'll have no further comments outside of this, and anything else will need to be addressed with our legal team. You may know by now that a crazed man was arrested outside of a recent Rippaverse meetup after trying to cause a scene, heckling guests, and attempting to interrupt the event. He was told by the venue to leave and stay off the property. The venue instructed him to leave and he refused. So his conflict with the police was created out of his own actions, and the cop explicitly states why he was called.
The reason why I'm here is because the owner here apparently asked you guys to leave.
As you can see, it was not us that called the police, and I was unaware that this was even happening as I was enjoying the meetup inside with the fans. We now know that he was arrested because of an outstanding warrant. So he needlessly created a conflict with the police despite having this warrant for his arrest. That warrant is in relation to stalking or harassment of me. This warrant was issued by the police department near our headquarters, and it wasn't due to a singular event. Thankfully for us, this man documents most of what he does through social media posts, streaming, and recording himself. Our legal team has a mountain of receipts. That said, we think it's important for the public to understand the timeline and for some things to be cleared up. At no point have I had any discussion with this man. He does not appear to be a well-adjusted individual. He displays mental instability. He's violent and does not seem to be an honorable guy, considering he slaps an autistic woman on his stream and urinates on her for pornography. These are all recent events. For some reason, he made much of his social media presence about me. It started as an odd obsession with threatening to shave me. As odd as that is, I wrote it off, but my security detail began to keep tabs just in case. And as they suspected, it escalated beyond mere internet trolling. Let's get some facts straight. This old video has been dishonestly shared around to suggest that I've invited this individual. Not only is the context removed, it's over a year old. This means it predates me knowing of this person, and it has nothing to do with them. You can tell it's old because there's no Blood, Ruth, or Shadran posters in the background. When I've used the term pull up, I'm meaning to cordially discuss things. When I'm at a public event, now I've clarified this over a year ago and used the term much longer than that.
At the shops at Legacy, I'll be there. Go ahead and pull up. Pull up. If you, some of you, the RSVPs have already been laid, so go pull up to the booth. Chat with us. Buy some items if that's what you're into. We're gonna have plenty of merch. Pull up just means let's hash it out. Let's link up. So that can apply to people that love me. We say pull up.
Obviously, that's not what this individual has done. What they have done is crossed into territory that is unacceptable. To try to have their actions justified, the man publicly has not told the truth about events. That hat logo that you all see is the Rippaverse's logo. It's ours. This person attempted to, and still does, try to sell that online. It is not a parody, as we're not talking about the text. We are talking about the actual hat logo. They tried to sell that completely unedited, and Teespring, now known as Spring, busted them for copycat. They did not obtain our warehouse address through this affair. Instead, they obtained our address through a completely unrelated thing. It was not from a DMCA of their own. Since then, this person went online and publicly stated multiple times that they'd be coming to Texas. They live several states away. We've documented them claiming this even in other people's streams, and telling people that they be going to my personal home. The line especially got crossed when they threatened one of my employees on video shortly after Spring disallowed the sale of our logo. And still, I didn't think that they would do something this insane. This person drove all the way to Texas to our business location, which has several employees working there, of course. They would drive near the front of the building and then turn around during the day, and then they came back at night, stuck things on the window, and took it to social media, telling everybody that they do more. So you can understand after that, security got in contact with the police, and since then, this person has continued to levy threats on the internet, doxed my house, and bragged about going to my ancestors' grave to deface it. Since growing my company, I've welcomed many people into the fold. This is much bigger than myself, and I am responsible for maintaining a safe work environment. I have employees and thus their families that depend on it. When someone displays this type of behavior, you must report it, because if you don't and something happens, you're going to be the one held liable. Even if this was a random person that did this, our security team would still have us contacting the police. Considering the great lengths this person went through and their mental instability, we can't afford to take this lightly. We live in reality, not wishful standards. If someone were to get hurt, political posturing won't help us. I had to have a long conversation with our employees because many of them were creeped out, as you can imagine. They deserve to have a peace of mind and should not feel unsafe. I informed the authorities that I can handle myself, and I always like my odds, but I'm no fool. I will treat threats accordingly and fear for my employees more than myself. I will not be the person that mishandled a situation or was unprepared simply because he didn't take it seriously or he thought that he was some sort of macho man. And we've seen their actions. This person is not owed any benefit of the doubt. Even if we didn't know who this guy was, if a random guy did this, we do our due diligence. If you do not have employees, dozens of employees, and a business to protect, I don't anticipate that you will understand the importance of due diligence. I'm not risking my business, my life, or the lives of those around me, especially not for those that have already applauded efforts to have the state weaponized against me in hopes to ruin my business. So let me be crystal clear. The Rippaverse welcomes all respectable people in agreement or disagreement. We appear at cons and have our meetups. As long as you are respectable, you more than likely will get the chance to talk to me in person about anything you want. RSVP when appropriate and respect the other guest. If you really wanted to speak with me, and it's not just simply trying to put on a show for internet engagement, you actually want to talk to me, it's a very easy thing to do. If you want to be critical of me, go right ahead. Stay on the internet and troll, make as many videos as you like, but do not appear at my house. Do not dox me or those around me, those close to me, and do not threaten my employees. It's hard to imagine that all of this is over comic books. Though a lot of untrue things have been stated, even if we took their word for it, it's abnormal to act like this. 3D assets, Teespring stores with negligible sales, or not liking a comic book. It's not worth getting so riled up that you harass others and risk going to jail or prison. Be easy, y'all, and God bless.